Hello and welcome everybody. I'm Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com and I've got this week's Pick a Card weekly tarot reading. Okay, it's very simple. Pick a number now between 1 to 5 and I'll do a psychic tarot interpretation for you. I like to have a little vision before I turn the cards over. Never know what's going to happen or how it's going to turn out. And if you're new, subscribe and be alive and hit that notification bell as well. Okay, let's go to the board now and we'll rock and roll. So we're doing card number 1. You can have more than one number if you would like. Now, card number 1, what do I see? My focus is very much on this unicorn here, I must say. Horses are generally about horsepower, about getting more power into your life, becoming more powerful. Of course, unicorns with the one horn, they don't exist anymore, if in fact they ever did, some would say. Yeah, so there's sort of an energy of magic or an energy of magic or fantasy around it. Okay, what do I see? I've got in my hands in spirit, I don't know why this comes up a lot. It tends to be playing cards, but you can see I don't use playing cards. I use tarot cards, but yeah, in spirit they're playing cards. So they're saying basically the cards are in your hands, it's up to you, the ball is in your court. Okay, let's see what card we actually get. The card that comes out for number 1 is the 10 of Cups. It's a beautiful card. It's all about kindness and nurturing, looking after other people. It's very good for motherhood and also children, obviously. All about home and hearth, okay? Of course, it's important to treat yourself just as well as what you treat everybody else. So while this is great for motherhood and nurturing others, in order for you to keep going in that role, you know, to continue on for some considerable time, you need to take care of yourself as well. She's got a green skirt, so motherhood brings some sort of sense of growth or development, you know, in your life, basically. It's also, you know, the end of the cycle. So, you know, there's contentment and some sort of emotional richness here, but it also suggests that another cycle is about to begin. Okay, that's card number 1. I'll put that one there like that. All right, so number 2 we're doing now. Oh, I didn't even get to see that. 2 cards come out. All right, we're going to go with those 2. But before that, I turn them over. They're very slippery today. Just look at them. They've got their own mind. Now, what do I see for these 2 cards? The word I get is coat hanger. That might relate to Sydney. If you're in Sydney and you're watching this, Sydney, Australia, I mean, the coat hanger is the harbour bridge. It also could mean, you know, hang your hat on this. So it's about role models and being a role model and tying yourself to a certain type of energy, perhaps. And what else do I see? I see an aircraft high in the sky flying. So these are high ideals, bright ideas up in the sky, big picture view, looking at the full story and not getting caught in the details. All right, so the 2 cards that come out are the 7 of Cups, which is reaching out for spiritual attainment or success in some area of your life, often multiple areas of your life because there's 7 cups. The other way to read this is that not only is it reaching out for success, but it's also having boundaries and saying no, okay? And then we have a 5 of Pentacles, which suggests that money could be tight. There's some sort of despondency about finances, and there's maybe a bit of victim mentality here. It's important to reframe the situation in your mind, because you see here are all these different colours in the window pane, and so what it's saying is there's different ways of looking at the situation. It's a temporary card. Both of these cards, it's a short-term thing, not necessarily a long-term thing. So you can reframe the situation, and you can change the model that you modeled yourself after. You can actually change that role. And so the important things to remember here is that that it's completely changeable. Okay, so maybe if I put that like that, it might be helpful. If you can see them both then. All right, so now we're doing card number 3 with the slippery cards today. And we'll see what turns out here. Okay, closing my eyes for card number 3. What do I see? I've got 2 things going on. I've got a wedding band here. So that's integration or union of the energies. Sometimes this is in a relationship, but not necessarily. It could be anything that you're coming to terms with, where you've accepted something and you're coming to terms with it. The other thing is I'm getting these sort of triangle type shapes in my mind, which is often to do with the chakras. But I want to say just psychically, not because there's any sort of indicator, but I feel like it's got to do with the solar plexus, fatherhood issues, success. I don't know if your father was absent or in some way he didn't teach you how to complete something. So you might find you might be full of vim and vigour and motivation when you start something, but then you find it hard to complete the job. That's to do with authority figures such as the father not teaching you how to complete things. Okay, number 3. Sort of waffling a bit there, but they're showing me lots of books. I think this means there's lots of people involved. They're like the books of people's lives, so this is quite a common type issue. The card that comes up is the 6 of Cups. It's actually a very nice card. There is this sensation, all these trees here, there is this sort of feeling, this is family tree, so family stuff, but here you are in the front, this tree in the forefront, a little bit separate to the rest of the family in some way. She's wearing green, which is fabulous for growth. There could be a decision coming up that you have to swing on. You know, you're swinging back and forth as to what the decision is, but it's basically suggesting that there's a lot of happiness, maybe even joy coming to you. Maybe you're reflecting on the past and you have this desire to change, so you're swinging back and forward. It's like bringing the change on, but that change brings happiness and contentment in different cups of, or different areas, if you like, of childhood. She's got a stuffed toy here. This is definitely childhood stuff going on. However, it's completely resolvable, and it can bring up a silver lining of peace, happiness and contentment, even serenity. Card number 4. Card number 4. What do I see? Swinging, swinging, swinging. Yeah, it's sort of a childhood theme here as well. I see a swing. I also see a line, which can mean strength. So it might be strength through vulnerability or through being more childlike in some way. Perhaps there are certain situations you know you can't change, and you just have to accept the situation, and sometimes that means moving on because it's not going to change, and you know that. The card that comes up, just moving on, the card that comes up is the 8 of Cups. That's what it's about, moving on from a bad situation. A lot of growth here. The new moon in the sky, just come off the new moon, so this is all about new beginnings as well. You know, even if there was some sort of emotional situation, this is retreating basically from an emotional situation. Move on with what you need to do in your life. I always like the green, as you can see. I'm a green sort of person. I've got green eyes. I think it probably influences me to like green. Okay, we're doing card number 5 now. 5 is alive. What do I see? I'm closing my eyes. Okay, now some doors had been closed in the recent path. I said. However, what I'm seeing is doors being opened. I see Santa Claus. So this could be, even though it's pick a card for this week, this could be some sort of situation that goes up until Christmas or around Christmas, because I'm seeing Santy. Santy's here. Something about the angels blowing trumpets. It's a bit like the Christian idea of the rapture, you know, in the Armageddon or apocalyptic end times. The angels are in the sky blowing the trumpets. That's what I'm seeing. But again, it's like the great coming of Christ. It's Christ consciousness. So it's completely likely that you're going to have a lot of insight and awareness. Your spirituality is going to increase. And, you know, the past is going to fade away. Well, here we go. This is why, because it's the 10 of Wands, the end of the cycle. This is all about burden and feeling oppressed, and you're giving it up. So well done you. There's a mountain here at the back. This suggests to me that there was a big challenge that you did go through, and you got to the top. You surmounted the challenge. Now you've come down the other side. That's in the background, along with this, you know, trees here. A lot of green again, this theme on green. She's got a green skirt on, but she still has this heavy weight. And this means that you're going to let go of the oppression, give up the burden. And because it's a 10, it's a brand new beginning coming, because it's a 1 and a 0. 0 means be patient. It's not going to happen in 5 minutes. But you're in the limbo zone. You're going from the end of the cycle into the limbo zone with the promise of the 1. Okay, 10 of Wands. Alrighty, so interestingly, we've got no major arcana here, which is very unusual. It's more or less a normal sort of week, and many of these things, you know, they're part of an overall pattern of energy that could go on for some time. But basically, this suggests that a lot of these things are just normal, everyday type things that you'll be dealing with this week. Okay, I hope you found this very useful. Please subscribe if you're new. Leave a comment or a like. That would be fabulous too. Okay, have a fabulous week, everyone, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website, absolutesoulsecrets.com, for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.